First, let me say this. Most men who die early die of preventable disease and injury. Also, let me say, if you looked at the thumbnail and the description or title for this video and it's not something of particular interest to you, don't watch the video, okay? Thank you. I went to the doctor today and I want to tell you about it. It's kind of interesting. First time for everything. Not the first time I've been to a doctor, but I do notoriously stay away from both doctors and medication as much as I can, and for my own good reasons. So I go to this doctor. I've been to him. This, I think, is the third time. Had blood tests done, but the first time it had been maybe a couple of years, few years since I'd been to one, and I had the whole kratom debacle. That's another video. I've got some videos on that, but so that was the whole reason I had been to any doctor in the past 20 years. So I went to him the first time. Took a long time to get him back there in the office, the exam room, and I didn't like that. And then I went the second time, and the second time, a year later, he came in. It was a little late, and I was really irritated, and I told him so, and we had kind of a little confrontation. I don't like to hide my feelings when I feel just in speaking up about something that annoys me. So we kind of had it out, and we got patched it up. did the exam, my checkup, and everything was fine. He's a really good doctor, and he was apologetic, and I was apologetic for being pissed. Anyway, so this is the third visit. I've got a record, and so what is interesting and sets this visit apart is I'm near 60. I'm 59, and be 60 this winter, and the subject of urine flow came up again, and that's a scary thing when you get this age. It can be a scary thing, prostate stuff. And he asked me about flow and getting up at night, and I alarmed him when I said, yeah, I do tend to get up repeatedly during the night. I said, but I think it's when I have too much liquid late in the evening, afternoon. But that's denial. I'm lying to myself, because I remember I could go out drinking all night when I was a kid and maybe get up once and pee during the night. Otherwise I was asleep. I was down all night. So yeah, so this time he surprised me. He said, let's check your prostate. When I said I get up repeatedly some nights only one or two times. And I said, oh, okay, because I've never done that before. And I've always been quite terrified of that, frankly. And to which I kind of voiced these things to my doctor. He said, hey, well, if you were really into it, I might, be a little suspicious. So that's how that went. Normal stuff. The joke about the guy that went to see the doctor and have a prostate exam, and the doctor told him to remove his clothing, and he said, well, where should I put him? He said, over there with mine. That's a little joke. I need an applause track. So anyway, we did that. We went there, and I was really, really concerned about it, just for various reasons. You have to be a guy to know and never have done that. Some guys, it's like, no big deal. I've been doing that forever. Well, to me, it was a brand new experience. And so I went down the road to the grocery store. I was able to get some flowers, and that I brought back to the office, and I said, just please give this to my doctor. He was my first. Seriously though, I know some of you guys are thinking that the reason for the prostate exam was retribution on the part of my doctor for my behavior on my prior visit, right? Anyway, yes, he said, I can tell you your problem. He said, you have an enlarged prostate. I said, well, common, uncommon, very uncommon. He said, very common. He said, welcome to 60. You're pulling up to it. He said, you should come in every year. So I just want this to serve as a reminder to those of you who are resistant to doctors and medications and prostate exams, that you really should do it. I had a young guy bugging me about this maybe 10 years ago. His dad had just died from prostate cancer, and he was just so ticked off because he adored his father, and his father was probably a little older than I am now. So I think he was around 65, and the guy was just sad and pissed off because his father did not need to die. He could have got, if he had had his prostate checked maybe the year prior, it would have all been fine. But he by the time they realized that he had advanced cancer, prostate cancer. So if I can save one life, it's worth it. So I know this is a rambling video, but this is important. This is a very specific, narrow thing we're talking about that we all need to think about. Go get checked. I'll tell you this. I'm going to get Flo Max. He says this is not a big deal. You just want to keep an eye on it. Check it every year. At this stage of your life, this is what you do. I said, I'm resistant to it. What are the side effects? He said, most people tolerate it very well. So I said, you know what, just go ahead and write it, and I'll think about it, and I'll go ahead and fill it. It's not an expensive medication, and I'm not doing an ad for any kind of medication. It's certainly not. I think I've heard bad things about it. So you tell me in the comments below if you are using Flomax or know anyone who's using it, and if there's any problems with it. I'm looking, anecdotally here. I'll do my own research on the medical websites to find out the possible dangers. You have to really dig to, some sites will tell you all the cheerleader stuff, and other sites will tell you all the downside. You just don't know. So tell me what you think, again, in the comments below. And read the comments, because there might be information that's helpful to you on the subject of prostate and exams and medications and cancer and all that good stuff. All right. So let's see what else. I'm getting my blood checked for the normal stuff, the lipids, the cholesterol, and some cancer screening. You got to do a colorectal cancer screening, is separate if you want to get that. Let me say this in case I haven't already. The prostate exam was a non-event, really. I had myself worked up over the years about one day having to do this, and will it hurt? Will it be very uncomfortable? What happens when they bump the finger into your prostate? It's just a weird. It's to some people, to some of us, it feels kind of like a violation. You just don't go there. Call it cultural, call it oversensitive, whatever. A lot of people have this issue of having something, another human being's body part put into their own, specifically traditionally heterosexual men, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, it just was not a big deal. And it may be worse for you, I hate to say that, because you have maybe set up an appointment for it. At least the anticipation could be an issue. But again, not a big deal. I wasn't expecting it, so it was even less of a deal. I didn't have time to get worked up. But I just wanted to say that, because I know there's a lot of guys out there that are hesitant for these reasons. Stop it. You're getting yourself worked up over nothing. Okay. Anyway, that is my vlog for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly gentlemen, probably. Thank you all for watching, and we'll talk soon. Be well.